A Russian convoy of 8 vehicles is spotted. 7 armored personnel carriers and one of Russia's most advanced tanks, the T-90. The column was preparing for an assault, but a Ukrainian recon drone detected the movement in time. The coordinates were quickly relayed to HIMARS operators. Without hesitation, they locked onto the targets and launched a barrage of precision strikes. One after another, the vehicles were obliterated. By the end of the strike, the entire convoy was reduced to burning wrecks. Here is another example. HIMARS spotted a group of 5 Russian vehicles delivering ammunition and personnel to frontline units. A recon drone sent the exact coordinates, and HIMARS launched its strike. In the footage, we can clearly see several vehicles destroyed in seconds. 2 managed to escape the strike zone, but not for long. The recon drone tracked their movement, and nearby Ukrainian troops fired Javelin missiles. Both vehicles were hit, leaving the entire Russian supply run destroyed. A Russian column, including 2 APCs and 2 T-80 tanks, attempted to hide under tree cover. But the HIMARS team pinpointed their exact location. Seconds later, missiles were fired. A Russian supply truck, loaded with ammunition for a 203mm self-propelled artillery, was struck by a HIMARS cluster shell. The impact triggered a massive explosion. Destroying the truck and its cargo instantly. During the war between Russia and Ukraine, FPV drones have played a crucial role, particularly in destroying expensive Russian armored vehicles and striking targets in areas where human operations would be too dangerous or impossible. These drones are capable of inflicting severe damage on enemy equipment, and when they hit vehicles carrying ammunition, the result is often a massive explosion. Beyond direct strikes, reconnaissance drones also provide vital support. They help frontline brigades locate enemy positions and launch attacks before Russian forces have a chance to fire. In many documented cases, reconnaissance drones have coordinated with systems like HIMARS, transmitting precise target locations. This real-time intelligence allows missile operators to strike with pinpoint accuracy, often resulting in the complete destruction of enemy assets. Here's an excellent example of their perfect coordination. A group of 5 Russian short-range MLRS systems were spotted moving through the Luhansk region, completely unaware that a Ukrainian recon drone was tracking them from above. Once the convoy parked under tree cover, their coordinates were instantly relayed to the HIMARS team. Within moments, a precision strike hit its mark, setting one vehicle ablaze. The flames quickly spread to the missile storage, causing the rockets to launch uncontrollably in all directions, tearing through the tank, but rather an infantry fighting vehicle designed to carry troops while providing heavy fire support. It is equipped with a 25mm Bushmaster chain gun capable of firing up to 200 rounds per minute, a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun, and dual TOW anti-tank missile launchers, giving it the ability to take on even the heaviest armored threats. Despite being lighter than a tank, its advanced optics, thermal imaging, and stabilizers allow crews to fire accurately while on the move, making it a highly versatile weapon system. On the front lines of Ukraine, the Bradley has proven its worth. In ambushes and defensive operations, Ukrainian crews have used its rapid-firing cannon to shred lightly armored vehicles and infantry, while its TOW missiles have knocked out Russian tanks at long range. The vehicle's strong armor has also saved countless lives, with many instances where Bradley crews and passengers walked away from hits that would have destroyed older Soviet-era vehicles. Here is an example. The Bradleys move forward for the assault. The defensive line has been broken and Russian positions are ahead. This area is held by enemy troops and covered by fortifications. By releasing thermal smoke, the Bradleys make it impossible for the Russians to use ATGMs. The Bushmaster cannon begins its attack. Suddenly, a Bradley stops to fire a missile. From these spots, the enemy could use anti-tank weapons. The Bradley fires its first missile. The target is destroyed. A second missile is launched and hits as well. The Bradleys continue toward the wooded area. The enemy is shaken, their APCs are close, and morale is falling. The sound of the Bushmaster cannons fills the air. The American vehicles close in on Russian positions. The 25mm cannon clears everything in its path. This Bradley unit can fire 10 rounds per second. The shells rip through the trees and crush Russian defenses. Mission complete. In just 15 minutes, the armored vehicles have broken the Russian positions. A Ukrainian drone operator spotted a Russian BTR-82A rushing toward the front line. But from the same direction, a US-supplied Bradley suddenly appeared. The Russian tank opened fire first, but the Bradley quickly seized its chance and struck back with precision, landing a direct hit. In the chaos, one soldier went down, and the Russian crew tried to escape by hiding the vehicle among abandoned houses. But the Bradley's shot had already sealed its fate. The BTR erupted in flames, reduced to nothing but a burning wreck. The Bradley pushes forward. Even as it comes under attack, an incoming ATGM strike hits, but it fails to stop the advance. Ukrainian forces lay down smoke screens in advance, blocking the enemy's sight. Covered by the smoke, the Bradley drives in at speed and quickly reaches its position. Once in place, the rear hatch opens and Ukrainian troops disembark, moving out to secure the ground. As the vehicle begins to pull back, Russian forces target the retreating APC. But the Bradley's armor absorbs the impact, withstanding the strike and allowing it to continue moving without being destroyed. In this scene, a Russian T-72 tank was firing and hiding among the trees. A Ukrainian soldier fired a Javelin missile that hit the tank, damaging it badly but not putting it fully out of action. Soon after, the ammunition inside the tank exploded, but even then, the tank was still not completely destroyed and could still be used in the fight. Finally, another Ukrainian soldier launched a second Javelin missile. This shot hit the tank directly and caused a massive explosion, fully destroying it. The Bradley has shown itself to be far more effective on the battlefield, not only in destroying enemy armor, but also in its survivability. Unlike Russian tanks, which often erupt in flames after just a single hit, leaving little chance for their crews to escape, the Bradley is built to endure. Its ability to absorb damage and keep its operators alive has set it apart in real combat. Let's understand this with a clear example. This Bradley APC is tearing through enemy positions. We get a clear chance to see why its armor is so effective. Look closely at both sides around the turret and along the front hull. You'll notice rectangular blocks lined up. That's reactive armor. At the front, there are 3 solid rows, while the sides carry 2 rows of 15 blocks each. The turret is also reinforced with these blocks, protecting the most vulnerable parts of the Bradley. After completing its mission, the APC begins to return to base. And here's where we see the armor truly tested. Russians spot the approaching Bradley and fire a Kornet missile, one of their most powerful anti-tank weapons. Guided with precision, the missile slams into the vehicle. Its armor penetration is a staggering 1,200 millimeters. Moments later, a second Kornet strike follows. The APC is stopped, but thanks to its armor, the Ukrainian crew survives and safely evacuates the damaged vehicle. Meanwhile, another Russian assault troops set out on a mission. The Ukrainians are already one step ahead. Bradley crews are moving in to intercept. Soon, a Russian APC comes into view. The enemy spots a drone overhead, and realizing they've been detected, the soldiers quickly abandon their armored vehicle. Bradley advances. The Russian APC tries to turn back, but it's already locked in Bradley's sight. At a distance of just 2 kilometers, the autocannon opens fire. Within seconds, the shells strike with deadly accuracy. One of the fuel tanks is punctured, and flames erupt, consuming the vehicle. And now, the mission is over.